Hi everybody, my name is CC Candy Pepper, and you can't really see my eyeshadow well on camera because there's shimmery shit in it and my house is very badly lit. Welcome to the second, probably 5 years later or some shit, episode of Nonalcoholic with CC Candy Pepper. This week I was asked to make a guest judgment video, which means I was a guest and I had to judge you. I was a guest and there was indeed judgment. But as we know, it's very hard to get me to do anything that I don't want to do, especially if I don't like the people involved. And I fucking hate everybody. To fix that, this episode I'm sponsored by Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. When your ales aren't pale, you go to jail. Only took 2 tries. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with this video format, because I haven't done it in 5 years, what I essentially do is get drunk and tell you bitches what I think about you bitches. I don't tell you no lies. What was this? Not to love me, but you can't pretend. Now for those of you who are unfamiliar with me, I have this shit on because that's what I do in real life, and I just assumed that you wouldn't recognize me without my makeup because I am a local icon celebrity star, which means I do know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are unfamiliar with me, I am a fairly frequently performing local queen, and by fairly frequently I mean I'm in essentially every show, but we do a monthly show, so it's not like the biggest thing in the world. But I like to think I know at least a little bit of what I'm talking about when it comes to performing and emoting on stage. God, I've literally had like 2 sips of this and I'm already I hope to God I don't wake up my parents with this shit. So last time I did this, I was watching the videos in real time and I was giving my honest opinions in real time, and that was the video. However, I cannot do that because the only place where I could do that is either very badly lit, I don't know, or me being my regular annoying self. I would have woken the fuck up out of my parents who have normal 9-to-5 jobs, like me, who is a bridge troll who goes to work at 5 and wakes up at 3. So what I did instead is, while watching the videos, I made some notes and I put them in a Google Doc, and I am going to read them to refresh my mind and to get me talking, to have the real conversations with America, because I want America to talk to me. I want America. Raven. Okay, so Raven, your video was like, I swear to fucking God. Your video was very, like, more on the simple side, especially compared to videos that I've seen you do in the past, but that doesn't necessarily mean bad, you know? It's a very, like, emotional, heartfelt kind of thing that you had doing and had going. Immediately forgotten what I wrote down. It's 3 in the morning, by the way, when I'm filming, so... I think you could have gone harder in like the emotional intensity of it, but that's also like a really weird thing to say about a video where like you're actually literally crying tears of human emotion. So I guess fake it more. I guess you need to be a fake fucking bitch. I think you just need to be fake, girl. Just be fake. Fake. Also, you've been through like so many seasons of LSFYL. I don't know why you're sitting. I wouldn't do it personally, but that's my choice. And I can live freely with my choice. I don't know what the fuck that means. It just feels like it lowers energy too much when you're sitting down and lip syncing, because when you're standing you can go but also, since you're doing a low-key thing anyways, I don't think it'll like hurt in the long run, you know? I hope I don't have to pee soon, because I'm literally doing this in the bathroom. We'll explain the echo if you hear it in post. Sorry. I'm not good at videos. I don't have anything to like muffle echoes. There's some towels. Yeah, if I have to piss, the tripod's literally over the toilet, sort of, so I'm gonna have issues. Should I burp for all of them? I feel like that would be a fun recurring thing. No, that's gross. That's gross, and I feel bad for doing it. Jules! Okay, first thing that I noticed right off of the bat. You need to look at the lens. You need to look at the lens. You need to see the lens and you need to fucking stare at it and really get into that bitch. I'm trying my hardest not to look over at my fucking self in the monitor because that takes you out of the illusion. This is like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to anybody who's present here in the room at this time. Like, I'm looking sort of towards you, but it's not there. I am looking at the camera and I am speaking authoritatively towards you. You need to look in the camera, bitch. Why did Shady want me to do this? The song itself is kind of a stinker, but I can't, like, fault you for that, because you didn't fucking pick it. Some other fucking dumb idiot asshole bitch. Some of it does feel like a little overly cheesy, like your name is like Aaron Jacobs and Aaron is spelled with like every vowel but a Y. It just feels like fake and overacted. Like I would pick up my camera and do the Musical.ly stuff, but I don't. It's in a really good spot as far as I put the tripod down, and I'm proud of it and I'm proud of me. I literally only started burping when I got on camera. I also kind of feel like you could lean more into the like country western aesthetic of it. Cause you went from kind of like hood gangster into boring Caucasian man. None of it really spoke to like the hard twanging country roots of the song, you know? Hail Virus. Gotta turn that into like a 6-syllable word. You gotta just lean into it. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. Also, it's just like a minor thing that you need to watch out for in the future. You need to, like, the first second you get, destroy the audio that is attached to your video. Like, just completely eradicate it, strip it bare, make sure it does not exist anymore. Because I picked up a little bit of that in the tippy tail end. And I got you. And I saw you with my eyes. But did I see you with my heart? Ava. It wasn't funny. I think the part that really made this lip sync for you was you looked like you were in physical pain every single time you were forced to dance during an instrumental break. It just speaks to me on like an emotional level. Not me, because I love dancing and I'm that annoying person who's like, come on girl, let's dance! Oh my god, Born This Way is playing! That literally happened during Pride. It was embarrassing for myself and for other people. Mostly for myself. You did this thing that I kind of see you do a lot, where you just sort of like drop a little bit in the level of intensity and emotion. Some people shoot like too far with the amount of energy and emotion they put into stuff. I feel like you tend to shoot a little bit lower. Like it's the same essential problem where you just need to like dial it in a little bit, but it's something that I did notice at a few points here and there. I feel like we lost you a little bit during the rapping part. It just seems like something that's not in your wheelhouse, so I don't know how much I can fault you for it, but I am going to fault you for it, so. I think you're very cute though. I love it when you do songs that are like bitchy and sultry and with attitude, so you can be like, my name is Zistrina. Oh, bad impression. Crashing it! Watching my Mother Goose grandmother dab changed my life in the following ways. That doesn't work, that wasn't funny. But then again, neither am I. Sonic! Why did Jenny want me to do this? I hate you for your impression. Generally almost as much as Gloria hates me, but I do hate you. I'm surprised that you got like so many people to come into your video and talk to you and help you out with your skit, because I didn't think you had that many friends, but I'm glad that they showed up and I'm glad that they came through for you in your time of need. I feel like you could have established that you were Letha at the start of it way more prominently, because it just kind of felt like sort of an avant-garde, ooh, these are my emotions, we're all curious. You did very much nail her sense of style, but I think you could have done your paint a little more like her. I don't know if it's possible, she's very pretty. You could have been like the murder as committed by a lethal injection. There were a couple of things you could have done. My other thing that I would talk about would be how it's framed sort of like, weirdly, like you're a little too much space up top, like the video's filmed like maybe, like this is where you are, Tony, so. I'm not saying be better, but I am saying be better. I also hope that you recognize that with the kind of nitpicky critiques of like, move your frame a bit. That's just kind of to say that you didn't really have like a lot of things that needed to be worked on. You got a really difficult song and you powered through it, which I'm impressed with. I guess by second crazy dicks, you get crazy skills. Tony, stop fucking weird guys. Stop fucking weird white guys. There's easier ways to get stuff from Forever 21. If you have turned his marriage proposal down more than twice, and you have done it 4 times, that is a sign. I am calling you out in this video, and I want everybody to know. Also, by the way, you're a drag queen. You need to keep your camera above your chin, unless you were like purposefully trying to look like you're a giant. Because I kind of got it for the few 5 seconds you were like, but the problem with that is that the rest of the time it kind of cut your jaw like this, which is, it kind of makes you look like Blazin', Blazing who, you might ask? Exactly. Stephanie Allure is fucking quaking. This is another reference to TDR, which I did too, but that was a very long time ago. But I do feel the need to bring it up all the time because it was very iconic. I did not even plan that segue with what I wrote next. So in the season 6 chat, you were very much like, wow, my video is iconic. I can't believe I'm such an icon. I can't believe my video is so iconic this week. I'm iconic, I'm iconic, I'm iconic, I'm iconic. And I was wondering what in the goddamn hell you meant by that, and I'm very glad that I understand now. I would not go as far as saying most iconic. You still have a lot of contenders for that crown, like a lot of contenders for that crown, but you are still an icon. I think an endorsement from living icon and legend CC Candy Pepper should be good for you. We want to be company. I think if your competition is not nervous, they're an idiot. Because you took a song that was like absolute hot garbage and then you spun that straw into fucking gold, girl. That is a hard needle to fucking thread, you know? I have a very short attention span, which I should probably get looked into because it's probably ADD or something. Or maybe I do actually have Asperger's this entire time and people, that's personal. You don't need to know that. But even with how bad I am at paying attention and how like I have to force myself to like watch through all the videos at one time, I did not have issues with like looking away from yours because I did genuinely want to see what fucking dumbass bullshit you would pull out next. I very much appreciate your video this week. I enjoyed it. I do feel like it's a little bit easy to cover up whatever mistakes you may have had in lips and stuff by being enthusiastically, but that's kind of a nitpick because from what I saw you were fairly tight. But also if you're planning on winning this conversation I shouldn't have these kind of notes to begin with, so you're good. Okay, said I wasn't gonna do this, but no, that wasn't good. Giraffes. So here's my thing. You put in a song as a joke, or to trip up your competitors, or whatever reason you ended up putting it in, and then you got it, and then you put out a video that was filled with like, you know, the giraffe standard of bad technical work and bad props. I don't have any words for this. I literally gave giraffes like the tiniest paragraph out of everybody on this thing. Every mistake you made was something that was easily fixable and something that could have been like, with even the smallest amount of foresight, like been worked through and over, and on a song that you gave yourself essentially is just, I really don't have anything to say. Everything that should have been said about your videos people have already said to you and you have not applied that information, so I don't know, work I guess. Watch me get increasingly unhinged as I drink more and more beer. Oh my god, Andrea! Come on, cinematography! So I don't know if you could tell by my outburst of rage and fury earlier, but I normally instinctually hate people sitting down for lip syncs. However, you were very much like playing a character and 100% being that character, and you were just committing to it and rolling with it and just pounding it out. You pulled out this character of this very much just like, and you nailed it perfectly. Like, it was just so completely overall good. The props were right, you were able to fill a dance break without dancing, which is a talent. The only issue that I really have is that cream and vodka sounds like it may be the grossest thing that anybody has ever invented on this planet Earth. And I am also including the manly mojito in my assessment of gross things on this Earth planet. If you don't know what a manly mojito is, let me know, I'll show you. This framing is off if I can touch the wall. My house is filming poison. Yato. Oh, that was good. I might keep that one. Sister to sister, queen to queen who does like robot-y things during stuff. When you do stuttery stuff, you have to like overemphasize either your jaw or your head, like to really make those stuttery motions so that it reads. Because I saw what you were trying to do, and I feel like if you had just like really gone like really just gone with your jaw or like, or something like that, it would have registered the individual eyes way more, and it would have been more like captivating. Oh, this is the part where I start losing it. I feel like movement-wise, you could have been a little bit stiffer to emphasize the weird, like, robotic nature of the song. Because there were some parts where it just felt like you're like, and the song's very staccato. Or is staccato the right word? It's very like, so I guess it was staccato. The makeup look and the clothing look that you have going on don't really like mesh together at all. It may just be a personal taste thing, but I don't understand the idea in putting like a bunch of color on your lids and your face and then just wearing like all black with it, especially on a song that's kind of a love song. You could have kept the purple, just like do black on your eyes or like, or in something that wasn't like thoughtwear that you already had like lying around in your house. Not that I'm like shaming you for like wearing slutty clothes, cause you know, you do you, I do me. I don't wear those kinds of clothes, or at least if I do wear those kinds of clothes, I wear them under my clothing. I feel like with the emotional tone you had, you're kind of weird to me, because sometimes you're like on it, and then sometimes you dip into like weird, overly cheesy, like high school theater productions of stuff. I feel like that's something to watch out for, because sometimes you're like, and then sometimes you're like, and it's just a little obvious to me, I guess. Or it's obvious in my mind, but you know what? This is about my subjective opinions, so you can go fuck. I'm not gonna say that you had a bad video though, or anything, because that would be lying. I think you had a pretty alright video. I think you just made some mistakes during it. Boy named Queen. God, you are just so Caucasian. I think overall you had a very strong video, but I think your one weak point is that you tried dancing and you weren't good at it. That's not to say that bad dancing can't be like funny or entertaining. Like Ava dabbed, it was wild. But there's a point where it's like funny, and then there's a point where it's like awkward to watch. Oh, that sounds so mean. You're awkward to watch? So jot that down. Aside from that, your sync is very great because you're on top of the words, the lyrics, the little fucking titters that go on through the song, which is very difficult because it is a Whitney song. Also, I mentioned this with Tony, but I'm going to mention this with you again. Y'all need to fucking fix your camera framing, because you should not like just approach slightly and then be like out of the frame. Step back, step forward, step back, step forward. Get it together. Cute video, very good at keeping like your stuff distinct from one another, which is a thing that is hard to do, especially if you're doing the same lines over again. Like you can't be like, every heartbeat, like 500 times. Is that from personal experience? You'll never know. You can call me Asian because I'm emotionally withholding in a bottom. That wasn't fun. You know, I'm looking in the mirror and I don't know if you can tell on camera because I'm sure everything's washed the fuck out. But like, my eyes match my shirt, which match my earrings, and which kind of match this bottle as well. And I'm just the world's greatest artist, you know? Okay, so this is kind of very distinctly like different shade from this, but like still green. And if it's not green, I ain't interested, mama. I gotta find like a sweet spot where like I'm already drunk when I start doing stuff, because I feel like I was too like lucid for Raven, but I don't want to do her part again. I kind of want to put more eyeshadow on my face, but the only brush I have down here was the one that I did my black with. What if I deepen the look? Ooh, what if I pull out this other color that I've never fucking used? Oh yeah, fuck yeah. You can call me Ebony, because I'm darkness your dimensioning way. And so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take your electric palette and we're gonna take this color Fringe. You may notice that there's like a little bit of pink in it, and that's because I never use this color because it's fucking ugly. Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of Fringe. Oh my god, I love Fringe. And then we're just gonna deepen this color. Oh, that's actually nice. I think this is a joke, but fuck. Why did I use black to begin with? I'm an idiot. I don't know how colors work. Now I really can't go back and do Raven's videos because my eye makeup looks different. Since you're already fucking up your face, now you can add more Freak. Oh, that was a probably not great decision. But you know what? I made it, and it may help it show up on camera a little bit better. I have to take this off before I go to sleep. If I wasn't so like fucking socially anxious, I would be the most punk rock person alive. Also, if you're hiring and you have a job that you're okay with me like having fucking chandelier earrings and like nuclear green hair at, hit me up, hit a bitch up. Did I mention framing? If I didn't, Make sure you... Yeah, I did. I remember. Croxus. So, I have 2 notes for you that are entirely technical, and then I have one that is less technical but more like a general overall critique of you. So for the lead into the first chorus, I forget exactly what the lyrics were because I've never heard that song before in my life, even though it's totally fun. I'm a bad gay. But I feel like you could have used more intensity, because when I mentioned you're kind of like Ava in that when you like are looking for emotion, instead of shooting it over, you shoot under. So I think you need to just bump yourself up a little bit. You need to bump it. Bump it. Is that how you snort cocaine? I only have experience with poppers. I can't with myself. Okay, so also after the chorus during like at the chorus before the last bridge, you latch onto the wrong background vocal track because you go mwah, mwah, mwah. But the problem is that we can't hear that mwah 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 no more when we get to the end. You should have done the other part. You should have done the... I've listened to the song once, okay? I don't know this song. When you go for the background part, you should go for the background part that is more prominent. Even if it's just like fading in, you need to go for the one that's fading in because that's going to be the one you're doing the longest. You can't be like fading it like mwah. My second thing, my second train of thought, my second direction is I have approximately 0 idea why you wanted to be a nun other than kissing the Bible. It feels just so unnecessary to me, honestly. Like, you did not have to do that. You didn't have to, like... I drank the last of my beer because I was collecting my thoughts on you, you fucking It's Australia to be mean. I don't think your video was particularly helped by the addition of the nun concept. I feel like in the long run, you're going to run into situations where like you have to be yourself, and with the way that you're progressing so far, you either don't know how to be or you're not comfortable being yourself. And I think you need to, because I think you're not. I think you're enough. But I also think it's a crutch to have a concept for you, because you pulled out this completely unrelated concept. You had the nonsense thing, which was fun and cute, but that's not the main video, and I'm not judging you on that. I'm judging you by the song that you ended up having to do. I know this is something that is foreign to you, but as a human male, you can also be a sexual being. I know that's, wow. I don't know how men can be sexy. Okay, I'm tired of betting, so I'm just gonna slide my shirt off. No, that's actually now I need to do. I just don't know how men can be sexual beings or express their femininity while also being sexualized. I need to make a top like this. I have great shoulders. Well, I still got a fucking farmer's tan from my sunburn, but you know, other than that, I have great shoulders. I want to challenge you, if you've not already filmed for next week or going into the week after next week, to do a video where you don't have to like enjoy and relish a high concept, or at least a high concept that separates you from being yourself. Because I think you can be yourself and put out a good video. It's just that you're scared of it for some reason, which I don't understand. You're enough, Vito. But seriously, you are enough to carry and hold a video by yourself, and I think you should realize that before it's too late, if you get what I mean. I have to put my shirt back on because only pedophiles want to fuck me, and I'm not about that life. Am I calling China a pedophile? News at 11. My name's Jenna. First of all, Dor Hoomst. Who is Dor? I've never heard of her in my life. I don't even know what a Seattle fuck it is. So I've been talking all of this video about like how people are undershooting their emotion they need to bring themselves up with. I am giving you the exact opposite advice. You are at like a 10 and the song is a 6, and it's fuck me. It is noticeable. I relate to this because this is kind of a problem that I also had during my very brief tenure of being in this competition, which is that I tended to overshoot emotion instead of undershoot it, so that just made me look like a crazy person, and I don't mean that in a positive context because you were playing an insane inmate. I mean like outside of this competition, like a genuinely unhinged person who is dangerous to other people and themselves. I think for your concept you could have been like creepier instead of scary, because I feel like that would have helped like sell your idea a little bit more. Like if you had done your backup parts like just like normally emoting, backup lyric, that would have been so much more like, at least to me it would have been more enjoyable. Also, if we're just going into personal taste or feelings or whatever, I think it would have been funnier to have like a doll or an action figure or like a salt shaker with yarn on it to talk as like your woman, as opposed to just like angrily gesturing around and then taking off your inmate sign. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. You're very good at keeping track of your words, but you also just need to dial it back, girl. Just bring it in. Trying to kill myself. This little I know you had issues with like getting it in on time and uploaded and everything before the deadline. So I'm not gonna be super harsh on your sync not super matching up with your words, making it look a little off the entire time. Sister to sister, queen to queen, hair flipper to hair flipper. What you need to do and what you should have done is get a little bit of glue spray, tease the shit out of like maybe this much, the roots area of your hair pieces in front, and then spray that shit down because you absolutely wasted so much time during your sync going, oh my god, all this hair's in my face, ooh, let me part my hair, no, girl. If you spray and tease it and lock it in and everything, your hair will still like move about and be sexy and bouncy and but it also won't be flying in your face every 5 seconds, which is a bitch to deal with in the middle of a performance, especially if you want to be 100% in it like all the time. Also, I'm still mad at you for like going, let me try to imitate you. Oh, there's no dance break. I guess I should kill myself. Especially because, like, during the song, the musical, Mimi is, like, at least at the start of it, like, fully pole dance and be like, oh, I'm a slut, fuck this pussy. So during that, you fully have the excuse to, like, go wild, just be fucking nuts and out of control and wild with that shit. And you did not, because you were adjusting your hair out of your face a lot of the time. I feel like you didn't need a dance break instrumental. I think you just needed to dance during the song itself, which you did not do a lot of. You should fire your friend, by the way, because your friend is either A, not a director, or B, should consider a drastically different career path. That was all kinds of... I had to pick up my camera and shake it around, but I love myself and I love completing this video properly. Thank you, thank you. So I'm not going to do that. So my top 3 in this week, no particular order, is Andrea, Jack, and Tony. This was difficult because I did actually like a lot of videos this week, even though some of y'all were throwing some fucking curveballs. So if I talked positively about you and you were not in the top 3, you were at least very close. So me personally, my save this week is Jack. I don't know if it's supposed to be my number 1 or my save. Shady either was not clear on it or he was very boring when he was telling me what to do, which means I did not pay attention to him at all, which is fair for me. My reasoning is why, while I think Jack did like a really good video this week, I also think it's not likely that people will vote for him because it's weird and goofy, and I don't know if it's like enjoyable kind of weird and goofy, but I could have also picked Andrea for similar reasons, but I feel like Andrea was tight enough for it, and I'm still going to vote for her anyways, regardless. So yeah, Jack is my save. Congrats, you did it, girl. You get a free pass to the next week. And you get to live, and I get to live. And I'm currently living, thank you. If you want to know who my honest, genuine, God-accepted favorite this week is, then you should come to me personally and ask, and I will tell you that it is myself because I do love myself. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. So that is it for Non-Alcoholic this week and possibly this forever, because I may never end up doing another one of these. I have to like edit everything down like afterwards, which means that it takes like 2 days for these to come out at least. And that's of course not including me being lazy or forgetting to buy a memory card or forgetting a bunch of other shit that's happening and that's popping in my life. And I have a very poppin' life. I have a guy who tolerates me for some reason, and that's more than most of you have. And if you happen to be in San Luis Obispo, you should come over to the Slow Credo shows, which are usually every second Sunday at Slow Brew. I'm gonna be there, and I'm trying my honest to goodness fucking hardest to bully Shady into being there, but he's being a little fucking bitch. Come the fuck on, Shady. Why won't you go to a goddamn show? I have literally invited you to so many shows, and you have been to absolutely none of them. It is driving me wild. This is almost an hour long. What's wrong with me? I don't love myself. You should show up because I, CC Candy Pepper, will be there and be looking much more beautiful and perfect than this. And also Shady might possibly be there because I've been trying to bully him into going for like months at this point, and he still hasn't showed up, and we still literally have not met each other up, even though we have been in the same county for like over a year at this point. Like, what's good, Shady? Is there something wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you going to any of the shows at all for any reason? Because they're really fun. You can go to the shows. They're so fun. You've been to the fucking Halloween shows hosted by queens that are regularly in our shows, and the best performances are by queens that are regularly in our shows. So I don't know what the fuck your problem is. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're fucking not there, or why you're even like pretending to be there, or be somewhere else, or like, oh, sorry, I'm hanging out with friends. I don't give a fuck about your friends. Your friends are bullshit. I don't give a good goddamn about your friends. Your friends could be out fucking licking rocks in the desert or whatever for all I care. I don't know what agriculture people does. I know that Regina Flores, who's another beautiful queen, by the way, she was in the desert, and you know what? She still had the time to get in makeup and have her boobs out, and that's more than I can ever That's more than I can ever say for you, Shady.